Now, even the banks, as James was saying, Rita, even the banks now, you've got the Royal Bank of Canada has come out and followed the Toronto Dominion Bank, James, and the Bank of Montreal. They're all coming out and saying, oh, actually, we're getting rid of all the climate nonsense. Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, again, you've had these sort of global agreements among all these banks to simply stop lending to fossil fuel projects, to coal, to gas, and all of that. And of course, the idea was here that they would put pressure on the banks to put a pinch on the way energy was generated and the way things were mined and all of that sort of stuff. And, well, finally, again, I think that's a part of it is just simply the Trump effect. There is no more of this nonsense about how we're going to screw down our ability to make money, get stuff out of the ground, get resources out of the ground, and use them to create a better life for everybody, because that is ultimately what this is about. And I think that the people who, are all about this green cultishness, they don't want ordinary people to have a better life. And I feel like part of that is actually because, for them, they feel like they want to keep everybody relatively poorer to keep themselves in a better position relatively.
Well, the Australian banks, they're not immediately backing out of this UN-led net zero banking alliance, which I think is a disastrous move. But the banks here, well, they're very lucky because they've got the guarantee that we provide, so they're almost fail-safe. They can make stupid decisions and still make enormous profits. But surely it's a matter of time before they do also abandon this UN-backed net zero banking alliance, because the world has changed, and this is something the coalition has to understand. It's not just that Paris is no longer relevant, the Paris Climate Accord. There's been a political realignment, one we've talked about on this program for years, and much of the political class in this country refuses to see it, can't see it, goes against their narrative, but it is undoubtable. You've seen it in the UK, you see it in the US, it's certainly evident right here in Australia that the elite, the richest, are leaning left. The working class, the aspirational class, the middle classes are increasingly leaning right. So the coalition's future isn't in those former teal seats. It's not in the affluent inner city. It's in the outer suburbs. It's in the regional areas. And that's where these climate policies will work. And that's what they've got to accept reality at some point.
They have to accept reality, and they have to accept, the coalition has to accept, if they want to be the party of fiscal responsibility, if they want to be the party that we've had 7 quarters of declining productivity in this nation.
Yes.
If the coalition want to be the nation that makes this country rich, they have to abandon net zero. There is no alternative. Otherwise, you are lying to the people of Australia. So if you want to be the party of prosperity, which we all are desperate for you to be, that's what you've got to do. We are going to keep saying it, Rita, till we're blue in the face, because we have to, because nobody else is saying it.